Hello. I appreciate you clicking on my video. It means a lot to me that you would click the little thumbnail there. I'm still a very new YouTube channel, so I'm still looking to find an audience basically of people who enjoy the kind of content that I'm posting. So most of my content is just getting recommended, and if you clicked on it, I appreciate it. My name is Sadai. I'm a Pokemon content creator. And basically what I like to do is post updates for the games that I'm playing, and people can follow along and hang out with me as I go through these and talk about these. So you have clicked on a Pokemon Go video. I have a number of other Pokemon Go videos on my channel talking about how I play the game and updating on some of the things on where I am with that. So what I'm planning on doing today is recapping a little bit about how I've been interacting with the game in the past. I have a recording that I'm going to go through and kind of do a post-com recording. And then I'm planning on transitioning into doing actual live recording with the game itself. So if that sounds of interest to you, please stick around, watch, hang out with me, and enjoy your company. And if you like hanging out with me, you can feel free to subscribe. That would be great. And yeah, you wouldn't miss any future content. And you might want to go check out some of the videos that I've already posted. So I would appreciate it. I'm just here to hang out and chat and talk and do stuff. So if that sounds like a way for you to pass your time, please do so. So what I'm going to be playing here today is a video that I recorded not too long ago while I was playing Pokemon Go. And I wasn't expecting this event. I didn't know it was coming. I actually think it was an accident that I was able to do this. At the time of me recording this, my How I Play Pokemon Go in China video is scheduled to post tomorrow, and I'm really excited for that to get posted. So far my Pokemon Go content has been more watched than my Pokemon TCG Pocket content, which is kind of a shame because I plan on posting more Pocket content than Pokemon Go content. Pokemon Go content, if you watch that How I Play Pokemon Go video, you'll understand that I can't play a lot of Pokemon Go because I live in China, and China is region locked. So it's hard to engage with the game on a full-time basis. Having said that, I do typically get out of China once a month, and I have a trip scheduled next week where I plan on filming a lot of content and being able to hopefully interact with the game a lot and kind of show you some stuff. So yeah, this event, was not expecting this. I logged onto my game and suddenly I'm getting all of these legendary encounters for the Black and White event. I think I remember reading something about how there was an error, or maybe they messed up the event somehow, so they were just releasing all of the Pokemon to everybody or something. You can correct me if I'm wrong, let me know. I mean, it doesn't matter to me exactly to get the facts right, but so I logged on and I'm like, okay, here's a ton of Pokemon I get to catch. That's awesome. Most of these I had never caught before. You can see that if you've watched my How I Play Pokemon Go in China video, you'll see most of these are not going to be like good quality Pokemon. Because they come from a mission, and when they come from a mission, their IVs usually don't measure up very well with how I rank my Pokemon. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and you do like hanging out with me, go check out that video. I'll go into depth about what I'm doing when I'm catching these Pokemon. So you'll see here with the Virizion, I appraise it, I screenshot it, I pull up a menu, and that menu gives me a ranking. So this Virizion is 21 percentile. Not great. 21 percentile is not great based on its IVs. So yeah, all of these Pokemon I had never caught before. So I got my first Terrakion, I got my first Cobalion, I got my first Virizion. Here, I actually don't know the forms, Therian form or Incarnate form. I should review that, but this one, what do we have? We have Tornadus, Landorus, and Thundurus. So this is the Tornadus, just the pure flying type in whichever form it is. I've never, one of these I've caught. I think I have a Thundurus. I think I got a Thunder. Oh, apparently I have a Tornadus. So this is not my first Tornadus, but it has good IVs overall. It's like, yeah, see, I'm saying it's the normal one, but I actually have no idea. So I'm actually going to look it up as this is playing. Therian form Tornadus. And see what that actually looks like, because I don't know the different forms. I am recording in my second bedroom because this is the room where I get the most privacy, even though I'm actually home alone right now, so I could record from anywhere. But anyways, I don't get good Wi-Fi in this room, so I can't actually look it up. It's not working. Let's try again. As we're doing this, I actually don't even know what I'm catching right now. Oh, the Thundurus. Okay. I was going for ultra or excellent throws just for the fun of it. Like, these aren't going to run from you, right? So you might as well try. And then I think my game kind of froze. The Wi-Fi, man. The Wi-Fi, you live or die by the Wi-Fi. Okay, and we're back. So my game kind of crashed there. Wi-Fi issues. Sometimes my Wi-Fi craps out on me. So I'm still trying to look up which form is which. So the Genie form is Incarnate, and then the bird form is Therian. So I'm catching Therian forms. Okay. So I was able to get the Tornadus Therian form, the Thundurus Therian form, and I don't think that's my first Thundurus. I'll have to check. And I'm finally catching my first Landorus. So I can show you when I do live footage here after this, after we're done with this video of what I've caught in the past. I've had this mission in Pokemon Go for so long of taking a snapshot of Landorus, and I was so excited to finally catch a Landorus, because I think that mission came out when they were in like raid battles, and you were just supposed to take a snapshot of it, or you catch it and take a snapshot. So I was like, I'll finally be able to do this. But after I caught this one, I took a snapshot of it, and it could be because I'm in China and snapshots don't really work great in China. But I'm also afraid now, since it didn't work when I snapshotted it, that it has to be Incarnate form, and that Therian form doesn't give you credit for the snapshot. So I don't know if you can change their forms. I have no idea. But at least it's a good Landorus. It's like a 92 percentile in the U tier, so I was happy about that. But I was really disappointed that I couldn't complete that mission, because it's been sitting in my like research tasks for ever, years probably. Yeah, so I was just working my way through these black and white legendaries, and then I got to this Genesect here, and I had seen something about the kinds of Pokemon that would be available in this. I didn't realize that there would be like a billion Genesects. So we're going to kind of go on a Genesect marathon here, but while it may get repetitive, there is something good that's going to happen. You just got to wait for it. So got 3 more to go. I'm also charging my phone so that I can record more Pokemon Go stuff after we get through all this video. I am going to have trouble with these Genesects because they can learn such a variety of moves that I don't know like which ones are like the most worthwhile at keeping and which ones are the worst. So here it is. I got a shiny. I got a shiny Genesect. I don't know if, I'm assuming the odds were maybe increased for the event, whatever event this is. Because I wasn't like super surprised to see it. I knew there was probably a possibility. But yeah, it was exciting. Like, okay, getting an excellent throw on it too. So hopefully it catches with the golden raspberry. Yeah, I was using lots of golden raspberries on this. Even though they can't run, I just didn't want to. I don't have enough balls to throw. Not the like Pokeballs. I don't have enough Pokeballs to just throw Ultra Ball after Ultra Ball after Ultra Ball. Part of what I do is I hoard. I hoard Pokeballs. So I wasn't really comfortable just throwing them like crazy. And I have 120 golden raspberries still. So I was like, let me just throw these. And then I was like, I'm gonna throw a Pokeball. I was actually catching some of these in Pokeballs. So, with the golden raspberry. But then, yeah, I didn't want to sit there and waste a ton of them. So you can see on the top, if you haven't watched my Pokemon Go in China video, that's why I have the failed detect location thingy on the top of my screen. If you don't know, China is a region-locked country for Pokemon Go. It doesn't, there's no spawns, there's no Pokestops, there's no gyms, there's nothing. It's a city, I'm in Beijing, so it's a city of 20 million people. You would think it's a thriving, like, Pokemon Go hub, but it's not. Nothing on the map, nothing there. Can't interact with Pokemon. The only way that I can catch Pokemon is, ignore that horrible throw. The only way that I can catch them is through missions and things like that. So when I get to the video that follows this up, you'll see the kinds of Pokemon I've been catching since my last update video. Yeah, this last Genesect he's a little stubborn. I've had a Genesect. I think I got it from a trade from my sister a long time ago. She's very kind to me, and she will catch multiples of things, and she'll trade stuff to me when we're able. I usually don't have enough Stardust to do those trades, but when I can accumulate enough Stardust, she'll trade me the Pokemon. Hi, so it's me. Same guy, but maybe a week or two older and wiser than the guy you have been watching. I learned something about screen recording. Apparently, when you are screen recording your phone and you accidentally turn off your screen, it not only stops the screen recording, but it doesn't save it. So it's lost footage. And then when you turn your screen on again and you start recording again, everything's fine. But that previous recording is gone. So the guy that you have been watching will go on for about another 10 minutes looking at his phone and talking about stuff that is not recorded. So this guy that is talking to you at this moment is going to edit that down significantly because, yeah, you're not going to stick around and watch me looking down at a phone talking about things you can't see. So I have edited it down significantly. I've kept a bit in because, I mean, once I start recording, or once the screen recording starts, like, there's context that I talk about that might be important, but it's about, I want to say, a minute. It's about a minute of me talking without a screen for you to look at as I'm talking. I'm going to try and edit that down maybe a little bit more, but no promises because I don't know what's going to happen. But I just felt like I needed to come on here and tell you that I'm sorry. I'm still learning things. And I'm a little smarter now than I was before. And I'll try not to do that again. and I would appreciate it if you continue to watch my videos. Thank you. Bye. Or don't, not bye, but back to the other guy. So, okay, so let me jump into my Pokemon Go gaming. So I have a ton of these Oshawott from, there was that event where you basically just catch a ton of Oshawott, and I chose Oshawott because I needed Oshawott candy. But I doubt many of these are going to make the cut either. Great. Now this one here is a 96 percentile, so it could be like a max. I could power it up all the way. So this is Water Gun Aqua Tail. Nope, that didn't work. Got a screenshot. So I do put in the moves, and living in China, I know enough of Chinese characters to be able to read that those are 2 water moves. But I don't want it to be in the U tier, the ultra tier. I want it to be max. So what max means is I'm just gonna power it up as much as I can, and it's gonna be like a raid Pokemon or something like that. So this one is no longer, actually I'll hold on to it because I don't know. I'm just being sentimental. Hold on to it for now. But all of these aren't going to be good enough to outrank any of the ones I already have. So, bye-bye. They all have a location card. Oh, okay, goodbye. Not very important to me. So I hatched this Yamask U90. It's not my best. I've got a U99, 99th percentile. Can't be an L tier. I do have a shiny one. Ooh, aha. Maybe it's better in the G tier. Let's see what else it could be. If it can be anything. Not really. It's only 66 percentile in the G tier, which I don't think is gonna make the cut, because I have a G85, so goodbye, friend. Okay, so we are almost caught up to the legendary event that was there, which means basically they're all staying because they're all basically new. I don't think this Zigzagoon is a keeper. I have a 93% overall. I have really strong percentiles all the way through, so not a keeper. I'm excited to someday evolve these. Oh, I forgot to label this as Polar. Okay, Polar. It's my new Polar. That's really high for a Scatterbug, actually. This Darumaka is not going to make the cut. I've hatched so many Darumaka. I've caught Darumaka. Yeah, I've already got a 96 percentile in the G tier. I mean, a Darmanitan wouldn't be the worst thing. I need a good Darmanitan, but that's not gonna make the cut. All right, so like I said, I'm gonna struggle with these Genesect. I already have a 96 percentile. I think this is the one I got from a trade. Oh, I caught it at a raid. Oh, was it a remote raid? Okay, cool. So that means like this U tier one is okay. Like this one I'll power up as much as I can. I'm not gonna do it right now, I'm just looking. So it can be like really powerful. It can be over 30, almost 4,000 when it's fully. Not that I have that much candy. The amount of candy I have can get it to 2570. But this is the best in the U tier, so he is a keeper. For sure, for me. Its moveset though, Fury Cutter, and then Technoblast Fire. It says it's an A. It says its moves are A. Which is interesting. Maybe just because it's Technoblast Fire. So we'll keep it. I guess those are good moves. Sometimes I do research online to see what their best movesets could be. And this is Metal Claw Technoblast. I think that's the same as the one I've currently got. Technoblast Water. Metal Claw Technoblast Water. Oh, it's saying it's an A now. I guess when I rated the old one, it wasn't an A back then. But... So it's also U tier. And these other ones, they're not better in any way, shape, or form. So I'll probably... Ooh, normal Technoblast. That can't be that great. So I'm going to just put them in a trade tag. Like someday, if I ever run across another Pokemon Go player. Which happens occasionally in my travels. Like people have seen me play Pokemon Go and have talked to me about it. I've added people from around the world as friends. So maybe someday I'll meet somebody who needs a Genesect and we can do a little bit of a trade. I'm not going to release them. That would be painful. Alright, so here's my Lando. Mudshot, Sandsear, Storm. He's 92 for the U tier, so that's actually pretty good. And what did I say? These are Therian, right? But I didn't catch its... I need to look at its CP. 2170. Therian, right? 2170. Go away, Siri. Try this again. 2170. Enter. Okay. And what were its moves? Mudshot and Sandsear. So that's got to be good, right? That's its signature. So that's a U tier. That feels nice to have one of those. This Thundurus is not good. I have one. I have a better one. 84. Bite, Focus Blast. That's probably not great. Where did I get this one? Okay, this one was traded. So my sister traded me this one. Volt Switch, Wild Bolt Storm. So I'm going to guess those are good. It's just really bad IVs. I can check its CP. 2009. The year I moved to China, actually. Been here a long time. Volt Switch and its signature, right? Yeah. So it's good. I mean, like, I could max this out, maybe. Like, he could be the M tier, since I already have a better U tier. Even though he's a lower percentage overall. This one would be a good Tornadus, right? I have both. Caught it at a raid. Nice. Okay, so this one's Astonish. Yeah, see, caught during timed research unknown. That's what happens when you're in China. Astonish and Bleakwind Storm. This will be an M tier, I'm sure. Just because it's 91%, like... I forgot to check. 1813. So this might be a weaker Pokemon than the other two. Because his CP is lower. How many times does it take to do this? Astonish. Oh, Gust would probably be better, right? Let's check. So it does say A. They both say A. It'd be nice to have two flying type moves though. This is where I would have to research actually what is its best moveset and is it worth spending a TM and stuff on. So M tier for you, just out of curiosity. So yeah, he doesn't get as high as the Genesect would, but he's still pretty powerful. This is only 41 percentile, that's not great. But alright, Virizian's turn. Virizion. That's probably how you spell it. There it is. So this is probably an M tier also. 89% is pretty good. Quick Attack, Sacred Sword. 1699. Yeah, like probably Double Kick is a better move, I would guess. But we're gonna just throw him in the max. because 89% overall is pretty good. I don't have many 100s, like 4 stars I think they're called. I don't have many. Like Cobalion, he's not good. He's a bad U tier. He doesn't have a good percentage. Double Kick, Sacred Sword. We'll keep him in U tier for now. Maybe someday if I catch another one, I can try something. Or like if I have a lucky friend and we trade them together, it might come out on the higher end. This isn't bad. 84%. Smackdown, Sacred Sword. I forgot. Oh, doesn't need it. Okay. Oh, he has lots of different quick moves. So what's Smackdown? Sacred Sword, I think, is what makes this a good moveset. So again, I'll have to research someday and see what its best moveset is. I have this Scizor. I don't remember. I think I got it from like a thing. I think this one's better though. I think this is a possible Scizor. Let's check. 97 percentile Scizor. Air / Trailblaze. Yeah, he's a good Scizor. So it's not going to replace him. It could be like a max Scizor, but I think like a mega Scizor. But I already have 87% Scizor at already a much higher level, so I don't think I'm keeping him. I hope someday they let us evolve Scyther into Kleavor, because I'm keeping a bunch of Scythers that would be good Kleavors. I don't think that will ever let us evolve them, unfortunately, but I'm holding out hope. I have the worst Pokemon ever to get at a high percentage, which is a Diglett. He can be the best possible Dugtrio in the U tier, but if you know anything about Dugtrio, it can only get powered up to 1600. I mean, it'd be a little stronger than that, but he's not going to be viable in the U tier. So even though it's the best there is, it's garbage. Like, I'm just going to release it. It doesn't deserve the box space. And if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. Cubone. Cubone is one of the hardest Pokemon to catch that is actually like finding a decent Cubone. I've had such trouble. All of these are so low percentiles. Like, you can see this U99 Marowak, but Marowak's not really viable in the U tier, so that's actually just like a placeholder. The best one I have is this G tier at 77%. Now, technically, this can be an L0, like a little cup Cubone. I don't have one of those, so let's just put him there for now. It's so bad. Rock Smash Bone Club, I think it was. It says 14 percentile. That's really bad. I'm just having bad luck with... I haven't caught a lot of Cubones, but the ones that I have caught, they're just not good in the tier system that I use. All right, Mantine. So we got a 93. I already have a 98%, and then it's 35% as a basic, which I already have a 96%. So it's not a keeper. Not a keeper. I don't know if you can see it, small little video, but the true resident of this room has arrived. Okay, Remoraid can be a U tier 94, but I already have a U tier 95 at a much higher level. Let's see what it is at L tier. L0. Can it compete with the other L0 I already have? It's close, but I think it's still lower. Yep, the L0 I already have is 77 percentile. So, yeah. Bye bye. All right, so speaking of 4-star Pokemon, here's my 4-star Psyduck. So I have a 98 percentile Golduck that's in its like holiday outfit, which is wonderful. I love it. If I evolve this one, it's at 1400, so it is actually already stronger. But it's not viable, I don't think. I mean, it could be, you can power it up to level 50, so it can be a little bit stronger than 2500. It's just unfortunate. Man, I wish so much for Golduck. I really do. Maybe he's gonna get a Mega, right? Legend ZA, can you save this Pokemon and give him a Mega so that he's actually viable as like an M tier Pokemon? What am I gonna do with the other one? So I'm gonna keep it because I want to keep a holiday Golduck. And I eventually will probably replace this one because it's only a G88. So if I ever get like a G96, G97, G98, this one's gone. So I'll need a holiday Golduck, and then it'll be that one. Almost caught up to where I was in the last video. So if you watched, again, referencing past videos, we're gonna get caught up. So this is kind of what I'm like. You can like adventure with me and keep up with my journey as I'm playing through this game. So I already have an 84% at a higher level. It's a G2 80%, but I already have a G2 90%. This cannot be an L tier. So I'm looking at potentially, can it be a G1 that's higher than 67? So G1 being stage 1. Based on those IVs, I don't have a lot of hope. G1. Yeah, it's too low. 58%. It's not going to make it as a G1. Yep, this one's not a keeper. Kamala, and then a Kabuto. Kamala, Kabuto. Yeah, okay. The more you say it, the weirder it sounds. Not a keeper. Nothing about this is outstanding. Okay. And then the last one is Kabuto. And then we get to talk about something I said I was looking forward to doing. So G0, this is the 34th best Kabuto in the G tier. Let's see what this one is. This is the 22nd best Kabuto, so this one gets to stay. He wins the competition. 82% overall is not my best. I have a 98% Kabutops. So yeah, I don't think this is a keeper. I don't think it can be anything else besides G0. Let's check. Are you a high percentile in anything else? Nope. Okay. Sorry, buddy. And that gets me caught up to where I was in the previous video. So that's everything I've caught basically since my last time I recorded, which was maybe 3 weeks ago. Almost everything. I think I've released a few like things that I've hatched and stuff. Speaking of, I'm working on an egg. So all my eggs are 7-kilometer eggs because I can't get eggs from Pokestops. The only way I get eggs is from gifts. So thank you to all my friends, most of these people I do not know, who send me gifts. Because that's the only way that I can like fill up on items. That's the only way that I can get Stardust usually, except for like the one catch a day. So So what I wanted to do with this video is I actually want to spend some Stardust. So Stardust is such a rare commodity for me. It's been about a month since my trip to Indonesia video on YouTube already. If you want to look at my Indonesia trip a little bit. And I haven't spent any of my Stardust since then. So I have 300,000. That's so rare for me because I usually just use it as soon as I get it. But I've been saving it because I wanted to do it in a video. But I thought we could kind of go through my collection a little bit. So like, now that you're maybe a little bit more familiar with how I rank Pokemon, like these are the Pokemon I've kept, right? So I usually keep an L tier of every stage, basic, stage 1, stage 2. I get usually a G tier of the stage 1 and stage 2, and then U tier stage 2. So I get a lot of stage 2s, and then some, potentially like a mega or a maximum. So you can see here I have like the L0 Bulbasaurs, and I have the L1 Ivysaur, and then I have an L2 Venusaur. So it's the best that I've caught, right? So and then I have this Venusaur that's at 91% overall. And if I ever get Venusaur Mega Energy, it will be the one that I evolve into a Mega. It'll be my Mega until I get one that's higher than 91%. Actually, I think I've caught one before that was higher than 91%, but I've invested so much Stardust and candy into this thing that I just got rid of the other one because I didn't even want to think about it. I was like, goodbye. I will not start over with you. Charizard here, kind of in a similar boat. Like I had these 89% overalls that were going to be my Megas. And then I caught a 96% percent overall, and he's going to be my new Mega Charizard X. So as soon as I get him powered up, which I can't do right now because I don't have any Charmander candy, this one will be gone. He replaces my old Charizard X. I don't think I've invested much in this either. I think this is kind of where I caught it at. And I have a shiny. I had a shiny Venusaur too. I have a few with like the hats. What I still don't have really is an L2 Charizard, like a little cup Charizard. This is 80 percentile, so it's not great. Still looking for a better one. I got my little hat Charmander, L99, which is great. I got a few L1, or I've got a few Charmeleons, and then a number of Charizards. So I don't have a great L2. I've got the G2 here, 99 percentile, U2, 98 percentile, and then my shiny, and then a couple Megas eventually. But those are kind of on hold because I don't have enough candy to power them up. Blastoise, I have so many varieties of Squirtle, and I've kept the best one of each. So I've got like Squirtle Squad's Squirtle, birthday hat or whatever hat that is, a shiny Squirtle, and then just your common run-of-the-mill Squirtle. I've got a few Wartortles. Getting a Wartortle up to G tier is hard. It takes so much. Like he has to be a really high level to get to 1500. Blastoise just has a lower CP overall. So speaking of starting over, I've worked so hard on this Mega Blastoise, this 89% Blastoise that I've had since 2023. And it has Hydro Cannon, which is a really good move. Like it's a legacy move from the Squirtle Community Day or something. But then I got this Gigantamax one. It's at the 96%, so it's so much higher, like percent-wise, that I'm gonna power it up. It doesn't have as good of a moveset. But yeah, we're buddies. We're working on it. So, and then I have my shiny. So I have a shiny of all 3 stages of these. Community Day, I think. I was traveling during a Squirtle day and got all those. Caterpies, not really viable in many tiers. I regret so much powering this up above 1500 because it's not viable in the U tier at all. I should have kept it below 1500. Big regret there. And I do have a good G tier at 98%. Weedle, I do have my Mega Beedrill, 98%. I've powered him up a lot. As a Mega, he can do some damage. He's at like a pretty high CP. This G tier will soon be replaced by this G tier once I get more Weedle candy and I get him powered up. And then I've got a couple shinies. I've got a shiny Weedle and I have the shiny Beedrill. Pidgeot is also not viable at many tiers, so L0 and I've got my L's for all of them, Pidgey, Odo, and Pidgeot. And they're all pretty high percentiles, 99, 98. I got a 98 percentile Pidgeot in the G tier. And then this is my Mega Pidgeot, which I don't have any Mega Energy for yet. Someday. I hope to get Mega Energy and actually be able to Mega Evolve this Pidgeot. I have a soft spot in my heart for Pidgeot. I've talked about it in a video before. I hope to see it Mega Evolve. Rattata, bane of my existence. These guys, I struggle with them. Finding a high percentile Raticate is hard, even though they're like so common. But this is what I've got. I don't have any shinies of these guys, surprisingly. I weirdly held on to 2 of the Alolan Raticates because I have one that's like normal moves and it's been purified, so it has return, which is like a good normal type move. And then I've got the one with like a dark type move, so if I ever like go up against a ghost trainer, I can use the dark type move, even though Hyper Beam, Hyper Fang is not really useful for that, so I don't know. Don't ask me my logic. It's not like I use Eradicate very often. Fearow, if they ever come up with a Mega Fearow, I've got my 96 percentile Fearow waiting for it. Otherwise, it's pretty useless. Same with Arbok here. Got my 93%. I am not wasting the candy on powering it up to a U tier because it's not viable in the U tier at all. It just doesn't get strong enough. The CP doesn't get high enough. But I have a decent L tier for these guys. Actually, one thing I've been planning on doing, I have this L tier and I have this one, and I was going to evolve it and see what happens. What kind of moveset it gets, and if it's a better moveset than my other one. This is not what I've been looking forward to doing. I've been looking forward to spinning my Stardust, but as I'm getting you caught up to where I need to be, I remembered I wanted to evolve this guy. So I forget what his best moveset is, but hopefully it's better than the one that I've already got. So Bite and Sludge Wave. If it is better, I'll keep him. So he's the 15th best Arbok. That's nice. Sludge Wave's got to be pretty decent, right? If I give it okay, it's not as great. Dragon Tail? No. It's a B moveset. I'm surprised by that. Sludge Wave's not its greatest move. Gunk Shot is better. Acid Spray's terrible. So what's its best? Is it Dragon Tail, Gunk Shot? Yeah, that's its A tier. Alright, so now I have a decision to make. Which one do I keep? So it's got Bite, Sludge Wave. This one has Dragon Tail, Dark Pulse. Alright, I'm gonna have to look it up and see which one is technically the better moveset. I don't think I can do that right now. I don't want to drag this out super long. And I think my computer actually died. So I'll have to come back and take a look at that. The Pikachus, like, I've got one of every hat that I've ever caught. I haven't evolved them into Raichus. Like, I'm not keeping one of every Raichu. That would be crazy. But I've evolved the ones that are like decent, G tier, L tier. I have a couple that are good L tiers. But yeah, I'm not like a Pikachu collector or anything like that. It's just, you know, keep one of each. My Sandshrews, Sandslashes. There's a couple here that are barely viable in the U tier, and I've been working on them over time. I just don't have enough large candy to power them up. I have my Alolan one, which is great. I have my Shiny, which is great. Yep, so just still working on those, but I need candies for it. Same with Nidoqueen. I have this really good U tier one. It's been my buddy. I've been powering it up. I gave it a good move set, but it just needs a lot more candy to get to a viable place. And I do have this 89% one overall, but it takes a lot of candy to evolve, and 89% is good, but I just don't know if it's good enough to invest in yet. So I'm kind of waiting on that. I do have this 96% G tier Nidoqueen and a 94% that's already evolved. So this is a maybe project someday in the future. Nidoking, I've got a great Nidoking. I've got a perfect U tier Nidoking. I'm working on leveling him up to 2500, and then I have my 98% Nidoking also. So it's 98% on its IVs. That I power him up whenever I have enough candies and stuff for it. The Clefable, basically the only one I'm working on is this U tier one. Good to have a strong fairy type. This max one, I probably won't ever invest the time or energy into powering it up unless it someday mega evolves. You never know. We're getting there, I promise. I see it. I see it. It's coming. Vulpix here, I have the Alolan and I have the regular. So my Alolan Vulpix, it's the 98 in U tier. Love this thing. It's another good fairy type, strong fairy type, but I just don't have enough XL candy for it right now. And I have a lot of I don't have a good G tier Alolan Ninetales. It's at 96%. And again, that's right on the threshold of, do I want to spend the Stardust and the time and the energy? If I click evolve, my game froze. Alright, we're back. So if I evolved this Vulpix, it would be at the 820, and to get to the G tier, Pokegenie will actually tell me how much candy it would need. So it would only need 59,000 Stardust, which is kind of a lot, and 100 candy. So yeah, I'm just not convinced that that's going to be the best Vulpix I ever get. I think there will probably be a higher one someday. So I'm going to wait on that. And L tier Ninetales, 79%, no, don't invest in that. For regular Ninetales, I've got a couple that I've been working on. So I do have this G tier already with a decent, interesting moveset, Fire Spin, Solar Beam. And then I have two in the U tier that I really struggle with. So I have a 99 percentile one, but its moves, while decent, are Fire Spin and Scorching Sands. And I have so many other fire types that have a fire type and a ground type move, like an Arcanine and maybe some other stuff. Maybe I don't have a ton, but I have other one, and at least another one. And this one has Fire Spin and Psyshock. So I assume maybe Fire Spin and Weather Ball is a better move set, but I don't have any other Pokemon with a fire and psychic attack. So part of me was maybe I power up this one because it's more unique in my collection, even though it's at a lower percentile. So that's kind of what I've been doing. I think Ninetales basically has to get to level 50 to be 2500. So I don't know. This is another one of those that's gonna take a long time to get there. I think I said in a previous video, referencing previous videos again, that the way that I play Pokemon Go is like a lifestyle game. I'm just gonna be playing this forever because I've been playing for a long time, and we finally arrived to Jigglypuff Wigglytuff. I'm still just powering up this far into the decks. Gen 1, are the numbers in here? I actually don't know what number Wigglytuff is, but this is as far as I've gotten in powering stuff up. So you can see here, I have this 100% G tier Wigglytuff with a decent moveset. I had this 98% Wigglytuff Charm Ice Beam, so it's a good dragon killer. But now I have this. So the only reason I did this was because it is the 100 percentile. Like, it's the best, according to Pokegenie, it's the best. So I have been saving, waiting to power this thing up to 1500, and finally putting Wigglytuff behind me in a recording. So for you, was this worth sitting around for? Probably not. For me, this is very like cathartic. Like, I'm finally spending, it took me so long to get 100,000 Stardust to do this. And I finally get to power this Wigglytuff up and never have to think about it again. Maybe I'll use it in like a rocket battle or something, but the real reason I'm doing it, okay, here we go. We're gonna push the button. Ready? Go. Do you really want to power it up? Yes. There it is. 1500 Wigglytuff. Well, it's 14.99. And I just completed a bunch of power-up stuff, but look at this, look at this. You ready for this? Tag finished. It is finished. That Wigglytuff is done. I think I'm gonna just transfer this one because I don't need it. Bye-bye, buddy. Thank you for your time. So other Wigglies, like I have this Wigglytuff, it's U99. Wigglytuff is not viable in the U tier. It will not power up near 2500. I'll show you what it would power up to. 21. So it's not worth investing in, but it does have a different moveset, Pound Hyper Beam. So I'm like, if I need a decent like normal type attack, maybe I'll use it. I've got a couple Jigglies, different variations of Jiggly. Like I got normal Jiggly, shiny Jiggly, bow Jiggly, shiny bow Jiggly. And then I've got L Wiggly, G Wiggly, U Wiggly. So I'm moving beyond Wigglytuff and I'm looking into powering up other Pokemon. So cross-gen evolutions here. I'm actually surprised that I've powered up this Crobat so much. But it was a U96, so 96 percentile. He's a buddy. I've given him another move. He was a purified Pokemon. So that is my best one. I do have this 93 max. How high does Crobat go? He goes to 3000. But like at my current Stardust, I'm not investing my 200,000 Stardust into this. I could get him to 2500. But that's where my other one's at. So like, I don't think I need that, right? I'm never gonna get it to max with this mentality. But like I've got this L0 Zubat. It's only in the 98th percentile. I've got an L1 Golbat, which is only in the 95th. But it's already finished. Like I've powered him up. L2 Crobat, 98 percentile. So he's probably my best percentile of these. Bad moveset according to Pokegenie, but he's only in the L tier and I don't really invest a whole lot in L tier. And then I have this G2, so this will eventually be a G tier Crobat, and it's only in the 95th percentile, so I don't think I'm going to invest in my Zubats at this time, which means I get to Oddish. Oddish is an interesting Pokemon. So what have I worked on with Oddish? So I have this U97 Vileplume already finished. I've got a G Vileplume already finished. I've got this Max Vileplume. So is it worth? So again, it's even worse than the Crobat. And with my current Stardust, I can only get it to 2500. And I already have a 2500 Vileplume. So I'm not going to power that up. And I'm actually going to save the Blossom for when I get to Gen 2. I do have this very tempting G2 Blossom. 1500 for that. That's doable. Like 69,000, I don't even have candy for it. So we're gonna hold off on that. This G1 Gloom, oh, that requires a lot. To get Gloom to 1500, I don't think that's worth it. It's 150,000 Stardust. Yeah, not worth it. Okay, so I keep some of them because they have potential, not because I plan on powering them up. Parasect, not the greatest of Pokemon. Unfortunately, Gen 1 nostalgia, I love this thing. I think he's cute, I really do. I love Paris. Not worth investing a lot in. Same with the Venomoth. I have L1, 99 percentile, which is great. It's not really viable in the U tier. I have a U99, believe it or not. Bad moveset. This G1 is probably my best, but it's finished, so. Speaking of not worth it, Dugtrio here, 1500 will cost me an arm and a leg. Even, and look at, he needs like that much XL candy, like he's just not even viable really. This one I finished, like he's at the G tier, but we're moving on. So I think this is where I will have to reside for a little while, is my Persians. Even though they're not great Pokemon. I do have this G tier finished, this Persian. I have an L tier Persian finished. I have a perfect 100%, but it's not viable in the U tier. It just doesn't get a high enough CP. So it looks like I'm on a Alolan Persian. Again, a very powerful a very high percentile U tier, but it only gets to 1900, so it's not viable. So it looks like this is what my Stardust is going to go into right now. And I might even be able to get it to 1500. With the amount of Stardust I've got, it's going to take everything I've got, 121,000. So I'll still have a bit left, but Persian will be done. And to me, to move beyond Persian is worth it. So there's that. Slapping another finished on a Pokemon. Feels nice. And that brings us to our Psyducks. So what do I do with Psyducks? Do I evolve? Let's evolve this one, because he's 100, right? Might as well. Go ahead, buddy. Become your foolish Golduck self. What are they going to do with Golduck? Like, Omega, another evolution? Can they give him the Annihilate treatment? That would be cool. Like, let him evolve. He looks like a middle stage. He's cool. I mean, Water Gun, Ice Beam, I don't know if that's good or bad. I think it needs Confusion to be good. I doubt this is it. Oh, that's okay. Oh, if I get Liquidation or Hydro Pump, they say that's... Oh, okay. Water Gun is apparently good on it. Confusion is not. That's surprising. Confusion Psychic. Synchronize. Huh. Probably not worth investing a TM in. But if he ever goes up against, what's Ice good against? Like Dragon, Grass. Like you wouldn't put him in against a Grass. Ground type. If you need to beat up a ground type, this is alright. Again, change this to max. But I'm not going to invest the Stardust in it. Again, he needs an evolution or something if I'm going to invest in that. And then I just don't think I have any other ones that are good enough, to be honest with you. Like, this can be a U tier. It's a really good U tier, but it's going to take everything I've got. And that's not worth it. Oh, another Water Gun, Ice Beam. So we get to the Mankeys. Okay, so potentially Annihilate. So let me show you what I got. So I do have a 100%. This is my max Annihilate. I have a couple U-tier Annihilapes. This one's a worse moveset, according to this. I think you have to have like Rage Fist to be its best moveset. But this might be worth the rest of my Stardust. So you would get to 3,000. And that's one of my more powerful Pokemon that I would have. Do I do it? Or do I try to finish something else? So we got a U2. That'll take everything I've got to get him to U. 2,500, I mean. This G1, I could finish him. What are his moves? Low kick, Night Slash? Counter Ice Punch. I don't know. I could do this L2. I could power him up. Let's get him done. There we go. Power up. Yes. Finished. Oh, we're adding to the finished collection. This is good for the soul. I hope you understand. Do I need both of these? I don't know. I'm at the end of my mental capacity, so I'm gonna not make that decision right now. Where am I in the list? Who's after Mankey? Oh, I get to the Arcanines. Arcanine could be fun. So Arcanine is one of the ones that I said already have a fire ground type. L1. Or I could do this max. I mean, I can evolve him regardless of Stardust. Alright, let's do I'm gonna do the Annihilape. Am I? Okay, let's see. I don't think any of these Primapes are worth it. So he's purified, so he's cheaper to power up at least. I've already got a G tier. Let's do it. Let's power up the Annihilate. So he's at 2381. So something I like to do when I do these max ones is I actually like to go, he's going to become my second strongest. That's great. So right now he's down here on the list of my strongest. He's going to jump all the way up there. This is what it's going to be. This is what we're spending our Stardust on. So 3012. 95,000 Stardust. And with this is where we'll call the video done. He's not done. He's got a ways to go. But I now have my strongest fighting type Pokemon. And I'm now out of Stardust. So I'm starting over. But I'm pretty happy with that. There's my new. He's new and he's at the top. He's beat out my Venusaur. So, alright, that is the end of this video. It's another long one. Did not expect to go that long. Appreciate you sticking around with me if you've made it this far. This is my channel. Like, this is what I plan to do. Just to kind of hang out and talk through Pokemon. I've mentioned it in other videos. I don't play Pokemon with people. Like, I don't have a community of Pokemon players, which is kind of why I started this channel. Like, I spend so much time and thought and energy on this, and I don't have anybody to share it with. So I wanted to start posting it and maybe bring some people along to enjoy the process with me, you know? So yeah, if this is something that you are interested in, you're like, I don't mind hanging out with this guy. I can even like write a comment and let him know how I feel about stuff. Stick around, I'd appreciate it. Maybe consider subscribing and check out my other content on the channel and see if you like it, and maybe let that, you know, if you like it, stick around. Yeah, more to come. Like I said, I'll be traveling soon, so Pokemon Go will be updated again after my next trip, and in the meantime, maybe you could enjoy some Pokemon TCG Pocket that I play more regularly, because it is completely accessible in the country that I live in. So thanks for watching. If you made it this far, very few people make it to the end of my videos, so you're a special one if you did, and I appreciate you. And I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.